Good evening, everybody. Good morning, everybody. It's a very early show today here on the Shogun Max show, I guess you could call it. We are here today on October 31st, 2025, and it's Halloween. And it's a good day. I mean, there's a lot of good stuff that's about to happen. We're going to come in here in just a few moments, and we have a little trigger that we do that we'll be talking about today. What is this all about today? It's going to be wild. It's going to be fresh. There's some, let me see, there's some add-ons in the Halloween pack. Let's see what's in here. That's cute. I like that one too. That one's pretty good. Let's see, do we got any other ones? Backgrounds. This is cute. I like this one too. Sort of getting ready for the Halloween show today. I kind of like this one. That one or this one? Yep, I like this one better. I like the spooky pumpkins, I guess you could say. All right, so let's begin in today's show all about the state of Shogun and what's been going on and how things have been happening. Let's kind of get started. Hey everybody, it's me, Trader Max, AF now in the process. As most of you know, we have been, it's been a wild year. It's been a year and a month now. We're at our 12th, 13th month anniversary, I guess you could say, 13 and 31. But we have, and I'm sorry, I'm battling still a very massive and ugly chest cold. So if I do a hackathon on you, it's not the good hackathon. It's me hacking up a lung, apparently. But today we are here to talk about the state of Shogun and some great things. And I'm not just talking about the hype, all the bullshit of, oh, we got a new product coming and all that kind of happy horse shit, right? We're talking about real substance, real things that are here that I have been working very hard over the last couple of months, last year. And now finally at a point where things are coming together, things are starting to make sense, things are starting to be more fluid in the process, which is very, very exciting to me because there is so much that we have done. And there's still so much more to do. But now that we have an engine that will be all about us making some money now too, right? So in the very beginning, everybody's like, oh, the coin's going to make money. And the coin for me was never about making money from the coin. I spilled something on my shirt. I do apologize. It looks really bad. But I'm never about the coin making us direct money. That's legacy wealth. That's that'll be there for us for a very long time. But it is about the network itself. So let's begin. First off, let's jump right over to having a look at a site and a system here that we started in January. Okay. Now, in January, I started talking to a few people, and some of you know who it is that I'm referring to. But when we started first talking to these people, it was all about building a network of NFTs for these people. We're also about trading. We have bots. We have all these great things. But I want to talk about Shogun Fusion and why it has been an area of contention, but yet a slow build into the MVP world of NFTs, right? We got a lot of competition out there. And when we first started building this, I was in a state of that I needed somebody to build it for me, take my ideas, take my concepts, and have them build it. But as most of you know, in the world of building, it becomes convoluted when that person is really surrounded about a money deal. It's all about the money. Who you got, who could build, the money, right? You either need to do it yourself or you need to pay somebody to do it. And when you do it yourself, you got to kind of keep in mind, you still need to pay somebody to do it. And it's you, you need to still pay you. And that's one thing I didn't do. I didn't pay me well enough, apparently. So I quit on myself. No, I did. But the concept here of Shogun Fusion, and I'm going to be real with you, right? This is not just about NFTs. This is about creating systems And I was trying to create a process to where we can come up with a concept and build it on this bigger scale and not just some sort of Telegram bot, right? So we built this system here with the help of a company, and I don't even think I should name the name, right? I don't want to give them any advertising, negative or positive. And one of the people that owns that company became very good friends with me, and we created relationship together. And I got him into the coin, into Shogun, one of our top five, and it just slowly. We started in January, and it was like 12 to 16 weeks. We'll have it done. I was very, very clear in the very beginning with them. I needed a 4-week MVP. And it's, if you can't give that to me, that's okay. But then we got to figure out how long it would be, 8 weeks, 12 weeks, what have you. And again, it was 12 to 16 weeks. 12 to 16 weeks came and went, and we still hadn't had an MVP. We launched, I think it was in April or March. It was in March we launched. And I got to tell you, I was happy for one thing that they basically they took all my Figma stuff. I built the UI that's in here, and they took all my Figma stuff and they made it their own, which is fine. You know, I was absolutely okay with that. I wanted to be part of the team. I wanted to see how a lot of things were built, and boy, did I get an eyeful. I got an eyeful because yes, it was built. The UI was there, but it was still something was just a little off in the very beginning. I had to apply a lot of technical terms. And it seemed something was just, like it was going at the speed of a snail's pace. Like everything was, okay, I'll get back to you in a couple of hours, a couple of days would go by. Like it was always just something. It was just like, they said they had a team. There's supposed to be 5 people working on it. And this system, the Shogun Fusion, was supposed to have an engine behind it that would be able to fuse 2 NFTs together and create a hybrid of either the artist making, AI making, or something that the user wanted. And so we're still on that pathway. So March comes by, April comes by, May, June, July, August, and we're still battling, little tiny idiosyncrasies, little issues with the the NFTs not showing up in the wallet, all these kind of things. And again, learning lessons. The price you pay when you do stuff yourself is your time. The price you pay when you have somebody else do it is the money that goes to them for their time. And the price you pay for somebody else to do it when it goes bad is you don't usually have all the code. So at the beginning of, I want to say October, right before October, I think more so at the end of September, maybe middle September, our long-term friend that was one of the top 5 decided that crypto wasn't his thing. And you know what? I don't blame him. I really don't. It's that crypto could be a vicious, nasty cycle of life. And that's where we got, right? We got the vicious cycle of life. There was a lot of life-changing systems that were happening. There's some big failures. Our launch pad, there's a lot of stuff that just up and up failed because it wasn't tested properly. It wasn't done right. There was something just amiss. And so, long story short, let's get into this process here. October, I started to negotiate with the company because when this person left, almost said his name, when this person left, he left me with all the code, but he left it in what we refer to as GitHub. And I had access to everything. About 2 weeks ago, they took access. They basically kicked me out of GitHub, and they said it was for security reasons, and I don't believe so. But they got basically out of it, and they started to hold it over my head. They needed more money. They needed more money. And I told them, no, I'm done. Just give me the code, and I'll do it myself. I had already started schooling, like you heard from last week's show. I already started schooling and learning how to code and stack code and put all this stuff together. And with the help of some very powerful individuals that are in my corner, but not standing on my head, I got all the code. And as of yesterday, handled, there must have been 50 or 60 errors in the system. As yesterday morning, I got them all handled. Not all yesterday morning, but over the last couple of days, got them all handled. I mean, like really bad ones too. Like a wallet was considerably open. That was our fee wallet. Like anybody could have gone in and taken our fee wallet, which I didn't even know had a security key to it that was open to the public. So we had to switch it around. We had to do all this stuff. Very dramatic stuff. Like I cannot believe this company should ever be in existence to build any software for anybody ever again because of what they've done. And looking at the back code, it was just atrocious. And I'm still very frustrated with them. They're still pulling all this crap that, I owe money or do whatever. I don't. All right. But long story short, this beautiful website now with so many people on it and so many things happening, so many great collections happening. I'm very, very excited to announce that I'm taking over all of the coding for Shogun Fusion. And so what's to come with Shogun Fusion now is that we have an opportunity to, one, this never came with an admin section. So I'm making an admin section as we speak. And the process is going to be very simple, that I'll be able to see who's who and what's what when new programs come on, when new collections come in, how well NFTs are doing compared to the others that are out there, what their ratio is. There's going to be a lot of back office stuff, which I'm also going to forward to the user as well as the admin or the collector or the artist themselves will have, how did their collection do kind of mentality. So we're very excited about that. And I'm losing my voice. Go fucking figure. Excuse me. All right. So Shogun Fusion, still kicking it, still doing okay. We're not making a tremendous amount of money with it because basically there's been 17 or 18 collections gone through one of our friends over just a lotto, so there's a lot to say with that process there. They've gone through selling out every single one that they have done over the period of time. We have our friend Dante, we have Not the Mama, we have a lot of people, Free Soul. There's a lot of people in the system that are building NFTs. And even just recently, one that I really like is this Queen model here. Really love this line that's here. And see, that's the thing. It's like nobody knows. Nobody knows this stuff's happening. So one of the things that we're building, and I can tell you because within 2 weeks, come on, let's be real, right? I follow my own rule, is a notification system when new systems come out and there's new bids and there's new things that are on. It will go to our all of our social media. It will go into our Discord. It will go into, which is another thing we're building, is our Discord. It will go into our Telegram network and let everybody know, hey, this person's on. They have a new line out or what have you in that series. So very, very excited about this because it's just the speed of Max now. And you know how this stuff goes. I'm constantly building a lot of things, but I am drawing myself back to a handful of things and a handful of connections now. I'm not trying to be out all over the world now. I'm really just focused on a handful of things. Shogun Fusion is one of them. Shogun Fusion being an NFT marketplace and minting system. Once I have full control over everything, but once I have a knowledge around the smart contract stuff, which I'm very versed in now, but I still got to figure out a few things here that I want to do with the system. We will, in about 2 weeks, announce a time when we're going to close for about 5 hours while I switch everything over to a contract that is going to be suitable for what we're doing, which will change our system all, and we'll announce in 2 weeks when that will be. And then we're going to start setting deadlines for those processes. And I know a lot of people are like, don't sell the hype, blah, 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 right? Don't sell the rumor and sell the hype, whatever. I don't know. I just believe in you try your best, you do your best. And if things change, things change. So here's the thing. We have such a great opportunity with this site and the system to make a lot of great things. But in the meantime, what else have we been building? And I'm going to take you over if there's anything in relationship. Building relationship is a powerful thing. And one of the things that we have done you build an MVP because it's the minimal viable product and you want to build stuff. And as I was going back to school for building and stack programming, I decided that, hey, look, I'm not just going to use some small little detailed system like an AI agent did, or a Lovable or something like that. I'm really going to go full bore. And I did. And I went in, and yes, I do use agents. I do use other things, but I also hand code. I also know where everything is at. I know how to database. I know where everything needs to go to, deployment systems and security networks and RPC and using Helios and all these great, wonderful things. So as I started to build out this relationship, our friends over at Just a Lotto, which, you know what, we're not separate anymore. And you can kind of see it in my name, Trader Max underscore AF. That's like a little sideways brand for Just a Lotto. They are my family, and they have always been there for me at every state that, kind words, trustfulness, the whole 9 years. So they've been there. So when, one of the devs over there, when I met with him about a month or so ago, and I just finished my courses, I was like, okay, look, I can build the website for you. Let me put something better together for you. And I did, and we put this together. But we put this together in such a way that we wanted to have, the universalness of being able to get information, while at the same time having a lot of great things on board. And there's still so much more to come. We have not yet integrated all of the embed systems through Shogun Fusion, but we will have them as well. We built a blog system for him. We did a lot of things within this network. As him and I started talking, we built out some other things, and I don't really want to show you what they are right now, but let me explain something to you. We built an on-chain lotto system for them, which is a pretty unique process, and you should definitely go over and check them out when, if you get some time. So that's Just a Lotto over on X, and you'll see what I'm referring to. That system that I built there with Ghost is a tribute to being able to build an MVP quick and it being useful. They have run many systems so far. In fact, I wonder if I can, let me see if I can pull it up and just crop out where it was. Let's see here. Okay. I don't know if I can do that. Let me see. I think I can, but I'm gonna use a trick here just for a second. 1 second. I do apologize. I'm going up. There it is. There it is. So I'm gonna pull up their stuff here, and I'm gonna put this right up here. Oop, wrong one. Let me see. I just had it. Where did it go? On-chain just slot. Okay, there we go. And let me see if I pull this up now. Yeah, there we go. So I just wanted to hide the URL because we're still working on where it lives at. But we built this system in such a way that if you can set it up as a user and be able to drive people to your chart, and they can buy on the chart, and it'll track when they buy, and they'll put little systems on it, little your wallet addresses on there, and you can then roll for a winner. You could do this everyone. You want to use it as a raffle system, you want to do whatever. And this is something that is coming out in a process, whether or not it's through all Just a Lotto or through the network or what have you. But this is a powerful little program. And you're going to want to check them out over there because this thing is growing in momentum. And what I mean by that is that there is a lot of things that are being built by our company, by Shogun, by the network, that are in this world of building software as a service, programs as a service, right? And that's very important. This is where our true model is going to be. Now, along with that, we've been making relationships with other coins and other people out there in the world. But let's have a look at our chart. Now, of course, there has been trials and tribulations with the chart. This is not really about the chart, right? But I want to show you a few things. Right here on the 22nd of October, we started to build something and we launched our first MVP of it. And I'm going to tell you what it is right now. Some of you know, some of you don't know, right? And I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to take Just a Lotto off, and we're going to go back over to our system here. So all of you know, some of you know, some of you may not know about our trading bots called the Anvil bot. Now, our trading bot called the Anvil bot lives in the world of Telegram, right? And again, here we are again speaking the same words as we did before about building a system, okay? About building a system. Let's close this down so that somebody else was building that I didn't know enough about. And when we started building this system, one thing I did know about was building and working with trading platforms and trading systems as far as indicators, trading strategies, those particular things. And why that was so huge is because I could take some of that knowledge of trading ratios and all my knowledge of the market movement. And even though that some of it doesn't apply to crypto in the way, in the subsense is like the human element does in say stocks and bonds and perpetuals, but it does still move. And people wanted volume, right? They wanted to address volume quickly to their chart. And so I outreached to a few people and some programmers came over. And long story short, we have our first iteration of it back in November of last year called the Temper Bot. And then we got the Tsunami because we found a company to build it. Every time I got a company to build anything for me that I wanted to build, they had failed miserably. I mean, we did good for a while. We were doing great with this system, but then there was just security issues. There was platform issues. There were scaling issues. God damn. You know what's really frustrating? When you tell somebody you got to make sure that we can build this so it can scale, and they tell you, yeah, we got you. And you put 10 people in it and the fucking thing fails. Yeah, you better believe I'm pissed. You know? And I'm a type of person that if you tell me, if you want to build, if you want it so bad, why don't you build it yourself? Fuck you, I'm going to do it. You know, I owned a radio network. And the reason why I owned a radio network that had 3,600 fucking radio stations to it was because one day, yes, I was playing radio jock in my mother's basement. No, I really wasn't in my mother's basement. It was my mother-in-law's basement. How's that? Take that, bastards. But I started as a building an internet radio network just because I wanted to have fun with my friends. And we had about 50 or 60 of us that listened to this, and we were on shows. We did stuff. We played music. We did all these kind of things. And this streaming service that I had, I wanted to build another one. And they're like, no, we don't give discounts for multiples. I said, well, I'm going to build one more. I'm going to have 3 of them. And they're like, no, sorry, still no discount. I was like, man, I said, you know, you should really think about that. And he says, well, if you want to, you go build your own and make whatever you want, give as many discounts as you want. So fuck you. I did. Right. If you go birds, you know, and that's the way it goes. So while building this, the one programmer that I had said, you know, I said, you're not seeming to get it right. Like there's something wrong. I said, we just can't scale. Why can't we scale? Like you got close. We got to container ship, but still wasn't scaling because the code just wasn't right. And it was off the previous guy's code and blah, blah, blah. Heard so many excuses. Well, after miles and miles of brain power hitting the ground, I said, fuck it. I went to school. Like I said before, same thing with Fusion. Went to school, got what I needed. I got some of my friends over at Udemy and a handful of other things, and ta-da, right? We wanted to build it. So what did we build? There you go. I muted you. That sucks. So here's the point is as we go into this series here. Oh, there it is. It got muted again. As we go into this series here, this is called the Anvil bot. And the Anvil bot is a volume bot. But it's not just any volume bot. It's not just any TG bot. In fact, it's not TG at all. In fact, this lives on my computer. In fact, it holds all my wallets that I want it to hold. It will create wallets for me, but it will also give me my wallet private key. This is a wallet generated on my home computer system, right? And for right now, we're only doing it on Windows. I do have a model for Mac and even Linux, but I'm reluctant to do Linux. I'm thinking just Mac and PC. Okay. But we did this for a reason, because all you traders out there, all you devs, all you people out there that were screaming about the cost of it. Excuse me. About the cost of volume and nobody being able to use Meteora with any volume system out there. Nobody being able to use Pump Fund's constant changing of their API. Holy crap. Right? So this system is able to do it all. Nobody being able to have anything good for a tax token. This thing works on it all. And it's ready now. Now, when I say it's ready now, we got a few testers in and I need more help. So if you're watching and you want to test, say something in chat and I'll hook you up. Let me know where you're writing me from. I think if you're in X or what have you. You're probably not in either one of them. You're probably over on X, and you'll probably have to message me in the X account there. Let me see if I can pull you guys up in my Trader Max one. I might be able to see you in there if you say something. But that's the thing. This network, this Anvil bot system, is very powerful because it has an opportunity for you to be able to create volume for your coin. And even if you're just a trader and you got a bunch of coin and you want to get out of a coin safe, you want to get out of coin safely. I don't know if you see this, right? Let me pull this up here so you can see. You see these kind of nonsense? See that big number right there? That's a huge number. This idiot did not draw his money out. He lost money, dropped. Second off, these people, same thing. These people, same thing. Lots of money lost. This was a market drop. Let me see this one. This one's a market drop. This one wasn't. This was a person drop, right? If he DC'd out, he would have probably made more money because it would have been slowly and timed in because there would have been buys. In fact, I know there would have been buys because my bot would have been buying it and back up as well. And it gives time for the coin to repair itself and keep going. We'd still be sitting at 75 to 100,000 right now. This guy, boom. This guy, boom. Same thing. Now, if you don't care, you're going to be an ass. You're going to be a degenerate, and you're going to do what you're going to do. But why is that important to all of you that are traders as well? Well, DCA is very powerful. DC in, DC out. You got a slow moving coin. You want to get in. You want to buy when the drop happens. You want to, put a couple bucks in over the next few hours. You could do it at any time you want. Let's jump over ratio trading and talk right about bundle trading. Okay. And what does this mean? Well, simply enough, in the regular world of bundled trading or volume making, right? Like Orbit and Fatality and all these other places have, it's all fake volume. We do no fake volume here. All of our volume will affect the market cap. All of it will. But the one thing that was always good for a lot of it was the reconciliation, which means if I did two buys, one for $1, one for $2, the sell would be for $3 and it would reconcile that amount that was spent. And so you would only be spending money on fees. Ta-da. Now you can spend less on fees, but we got the fees cut down so low that it's not even a worry anymore to have them on. Right. And in here, you can separate it by, you can have different versions of it, amounts, averages, super powerful. Set your slippage. There's a lot to do in there. Now there's also, because they all happen at once if I do it that way. So that means 3 buys will happen. If I only want 2 buys to 1 sell, then great. Having a 1-to-1, it wouldn't make any sense. Just do ratio trading or DCA. But that's the thing. This is the beautiful part about it. If I do 5, that means 5 buys are going to happen, and then 1 sell that'll reconcile it all. That's why we did it this way. Now, the most famous one out of all of it, all those trading strategies, is the ratio. Ratio trading is pretty powerful because it does have a value. And I want to show you the proofs in the pudding is in the eating. Why? Well, let's go over and have a look. Right now, we have an active strategy, right? We have a 3-2, which means that 3 buys happen and then 2 sells. Each one of them happen every 3 minutes. So every 3 minutes, a buy fires, and it does that 3 times. And then every 3 minutes, a sell fires. And then it does that for a certain amount of things, right? Let me go back over to ratio trading. You'll see it says round trip, right? This means a 3-2 will happen 3 times, and then it'll flip around and do a 2 buys to 3 sells. Let me show you what that looks like on the chart. Now, the set is referred to. Now, this has been running since yesterday, where it was something like $37 was put in to that particular chart. So this has been happening almost more than a day, it looks like. Now, let me see. It was $58, 58 cents right there. 58 cents trade right there. 1 day, 8 hours, right? And $35 was put into the system there. I'm going to click on it, and so we're going to go see what that is. All right, so it's a little higher because the market value is where they were buying it. Wait, I'm sorry. $35 was put in over another 20. So it was 20. So yeah, so we're just a little bit below break even at the moment because there was a $20 bill still sitting in there. So $35, and then the $20 is there. So that's $55. So the 3 cents. Sorry, 3 cents. Because the market value's dropped a little bit. Okay. So not too bad. For running for a day, it cost me 3 cents to run per day. Don't quote me on that, but it could be a lot even better than that sometimes. You could be making money. Okay. And why is that so powerful? Well, because with market drops, inflections with the market, of course, what do you want your chart to look like? So here's that 1 day, 8 hours, right around here. And I want you to see this and how powerful this is. The market, we're just trading 58 cents trades. That's it. I'm not cross hatching. I'm not putting a whole bunch of other things on. But with cross hatching, this is what happens, right? This beautiful little higher highs, higher lows. They begin to show up. Now, this is just with, and this is not even set to reconciliation yet, right? It is to in a degree, but you're going to find that this is the channel that it's going to be on. It's going to come up, it's going to come back down, it's going to come back up until something else happens, until I inject more capital into the chart or somebody else does. You get a new injection of capital coming in, and what is it going to do? It's simply going to raise the channel. It's going to bring that channel up to here. And if you got your buys and sells still happening, it's going to keep it up. Now, lastly, what else does this do? What else does the Anvil bot do for you as a dev? As a dev inside the network, what this does is that it keeps you relevant to the market. Go 24 hours without having a sale to your chart. You won't be relevant. If you're a dev that wants to keep relevance to your chart, the amount of this for you is free. It's free. Absolutely free. Of course, everything has fees to it. Let's be fucking real. Right? Ours is 0.7% when it's the free model. Right? I'm going to set these settings up for you right now. You can see them right there. Because I want you to test it out, because I want you to use it, because I want you to have it, you'll get on the free side, we call the Ronin. You'll get a DCA strategy, a ratios trading strategy, or one of the bundles, right? One of the bundle strategies. You can only use one strategy at a time. You only get one wallet. Not that big of a deal. But if you wanted to jump up $39.99, you would get one of them all. You could have 3 wallets. It's supposed to be 2. I'm sorry. This is supposed to say 2. Doesn't say 2. I don't know why it doesn't say 2. Let me see if it does on the website. Nope, it's supposed to say 2. All right, so I'll fix that. But here's the thing. You can run 2 strategies. So you can run 6 strategies. In fact, that's a samurai. I have samurai. Here it is right here. You can run 6 active strategies, have 2 wallets, and you'll get cloud backup. Now that's still coming soon, right? Our cloud backup's coming soon. And what does this mean? All this runs on your home computer. There's no worry about anybody. The only way somebody can hack this stuff for you is that they have to come to your home. I know it's scary now, right? Like you got to get a bigger dog, a bigger gun, a bigger ex-wife, something. And you're going to have to, this is secure on your computer. And let's beat that one back even further. Let's just say you're worried about me, right? You're worried about, hey, something could happen. I don't have access to any of your stuff. Like I can never get access to your physical stuff on your computer. Yes, I built it in there, and you're going to have to trust the fact on it. It is audited. We do have an audit badge that we'll be putting on the site and the system. Okay, it's third-party audited. Now, the good part about that is if I go to my wallet here, I can export my private key, and I can live on Phantom if I want to. I can put money into there. You don't even have to come into here, and it's protected. If this ever crashes, because that's the first thing I tell you in the video when you're starting off, generate your wallet, export your private key, get it over in the Phantom, fund it. That way, if your computer ever crashes, if any of this ever crashes, your wallet is safe. It's not sitting on here. That's the only other way you could lose it. Or there's a password that you got to put in to get in here. You lose your password, God forbid, right? Because I don't have password recovery for this stuff for you. That's how secure it's going to be for you. So you're able to come in and protect yourself while trading the markets. Some of you that are watching, you're going to have questions, and I appreciate that. But the proof's in the pudding is in the eating, as they say. Right? I can't show you the other 2 people that are using it at the moment. But I can tell you right now that one of them is doing very well with it. My face is blocking it over here. It's down in here. And I don't really want to show it, but we do have a tax token on board, and we do have a pump fund one on board. And then we also have just a straight old radium coin. And then we have ours, of course, in that process. And why that's so powerful is because there is so many things that we can now involve into the market and this value of this bot. There's no longer any security issues with Telegram. None of that stuff even exists anymore with us. That's the frustrating part. The frustrating part is that there is a part of it that I will miss having the Telegram system because it was my first. But this is the way to go. Now we have this bot happening, the Anvil 5.0. This is the Anvil Solo, okay? The 5.0. A little bit of play on Solana and being solo, right? Got it. Oh, look at that. I'm funny. Not. But I want to thank everybody for watching today. I want to be a little bit weary of your time. We've been here for just about 40 minutes. Okay. There's a few things finally that I'd like to say. One, our Telegram group, our social media on all 3 accounts, on the Trader Max, on Shogun Crypto, on the Shogun NFTs, Shogun Fusion, are all getting a facelift, are all getting a opportunity to be able to share information much more freely. The website Shogun Fusion is also getting a facelift, as well as the Shogun Crypto website as well. This will all be getting facelifts over the next couple of weeks, next 2 weeks, and sure. There'll be some interactive things that'll happen here, some fun little things. I can't wait for you to have, right? So this is something, you know, you can use Shogun to buy in to get a prize. There'll be some stuff that will have lots of little fun things that'll be in there. We're also going to be releasing on Shogun Fusion heavily now our NFT packet to get lifetime subscriptions to the bots and everything else that we have, and even coding stuff and building stuff for you. So lots of fun. All right, I think that's it for me. I really do appreciate everybody. I just wanted to come in quickly and show you this beautiful little system that we've built and all the relationships we built. I do hope that you all have a great Halloween. Please be safe out there. Have fun. If you got kids, be safe. Enjoy your day. I'm Trader Max. This has been State of Shogun. We'll see you next time. And as always, live well.